Freakingyaya88 put a video up, and this is my video response to it. Stash views back with another video, like I said, a video response, and I think he said the top 5 matches you could go back in time and watch live. So I'm gonna start it off with my honorable mentions. TNA match from the early days. You have the phenomenal AJ Styles versus the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels versus my favorite TNA wrestler Samoa Joe, and the triple threat match for the X Division Championship. I just think it'd be really cool to go back to like the good days of TNA and watch the best match they've arguably ever had in that company. Next, you got Punk Cena Money in the Bank. The reason why this isn't higher, not because of how new it is, but because knowing what happened afterwards, it really cheapens it. You know, you have him coming back at SummerSlam to defend the WWE Championship against John Cena. So to me, that really cheapens the match and the feelings I had during it, and yeah. So, starting off with the top 5 matches I could see in person, Edge is my favorite wrestler, so start off with an Edge match, and it's going to be the Royal Rumble 2010. I was a huge fan of the Shredded Society, and to see Punk just cutting promos in the beginning of the Royal Rumble match, I thought was amazing. So you got 2 out of 3 of my favorite wrestlers in this match being awesome as hell. You have, like I said, Punk doing the promos. You have Edge coming back and winning it. You got a good performance from Shawn Michaels. You got Batista in there. You got Cena, Jericho. Just a really, really solid Royal Rumble match. And to have Edge to win it, you know, as a Edge fan, that's just great for me. Next, I'm going to go with the Outsiders, Hall and Nash versus WCW, Luger, Sting, and the Macho Man, now inducted to the Hall of Fame, soon to be, Randy Savage, versus, like I said, the Outsiders, and they have Hogan come in at the end, and the formation of the NWO. Too Sweet. This was at Bash at the Beach, 96, I believe, and just to know the legacy and all the crazy stuff that came about with that one match happening. You got the NWO, and I believe everyone who wrestled against them that night either became Wolfpack or Black and White NWO. You got Sting being the Black and Red. You got Luger in the Black and Red, and I believe Black and White. You got Macho Madness, you know, so in the Black and White. So just to know everything that came from that match is why it's on my list. Huge fan of the NWO. Their stuff was pretty great. Next, you got Punk versus Joe 2. I just think this match would be awesome to watch in person. I was trying to get a match from every company. That's why the TNA one's on there. That's why the WCW one's on there. Another one from another company. You have Punk versus Joe. I want to see a Ring of Honor match. Nothing beats the 2002, 3, 4, 5 of Ring of Honor days. You got Joe, Punk, Styles, Daniels, Jamie Noble, James Gibson as Jamie Noble, you know, Spanky, just all kinds of amazing wrestlers in this company at this time. And to see the best match, arguably, in Ring of Honor history, Joe versus Punk 2, an hour long, would be amazing to sit through and watch and chant ROH, ROH. So that match would be insane to watch in person. That's why it's on my list. Next, we have my favorite kind of match is a ladder match. So why not throw a ladder match from Mania 10 on there? Chico, Scott Hall versus the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in an Intercontinental Championship match to find out who is the real Intercontinental Champion. Just to see this match live, being on the front row and see Shawn Michaels coming off the ladder onto Ramon, and see Ramon pushing him off, and all the crazy things they did in that match. To see how it evolved, and me being now seeing all these TLC matches with the Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian, and Money in the Banks, and all this crazy stuff, to go back in time and see that little move that we see in every ladder match now, how crazy it has gotten and evolved, and see the pop from the splash on top of the ladder, you know, just see like the greatness that came from that. an experience for myself so I can appreciate that match way more. Next, we have my favorite promotion of all time, ECW. You're going to have the greatest feud of ECW history. You're going to have Tommy Dreamer versus Raven. I'm not sure what show it's from, but it's the one where Tommy Dreamer finally defeats Raven. I mean, if you're sitting there in the arena, you know Raven's going to win. They go put on a crazy hardcore match. Raven, top 5 favorite wrestlers. I'm a huge Raven fan, and I always wanted Raven. Watching them match for the first time, I always wanted him to win anyways. And to see that match for the first time and just say, oh, Raven's going to win. And then Tommy Dreamer ends up pulling out the victory because Raven was going to WCW. And to see Dreamer hit the DDT and win, I was marking out. I guess it would be 10 to 15 years after the match happened, watching it on TV. So to be there live and to see the fans' reactions and just see it again, go crazy for it. Another thing is to be in an ECW arena. I know Stevie Breach said he used to be in a couple ECW shows, but to be in an ECW arena would be just like a PWG show nowadays, but more hardcore. Fans you've seen over and over again, like the Straw Hat guy and all those characters as the fans, you know, would be amazing to sit with them to watch such a great match. Those are my top 5 matches I would go back and watch live and be there in person. Thank you for putting the subject out there, Freakingyaya, and so I can make a video about it. Stash Views, out.